In this episode, we visit an awesome abandoned coal power plant with much of the larger machinery still intact. Join us as we venture into the forgotten and decayed corridors and workshops of this over 60-year-old relic from the past. What's up guys, Dries here with Rogue Whelan. We're here at an abandoned power plant once again. There seems to be quite a few of them here in South Africa, and yeah, this one is in the Free State area, in a town called Kroonstad. This plant has been abandoned for a very long time. In fact, I don't think it was abandoned due to neglect or anything. The power capacity wasn't that great, and yeah, unfortunately it could no longer produce the amount of electricity required for this area, so it was decommissioned, but they have not yet demolished it. So anyway, we're gonna walk in, see what's left behind. There seems to be quite a bit of machinery and equipment left inside of the building here in the back, so let's step in, see what we can find, and yeah, join us on this one. So as you can see, a lot of the equipment's been left behind. This pipe that's running here, it could be a high voltage cable, but there's no power coming out of this power plant anymore, so there shouldn't be much danger other than tripping on stuff or maybe stepping in something. So all the windows have been broken out. You can see there's a ditch running out. This will run almost the length of the structure. Could have been for cooling or whatever other purpose. This is all the glass from the windows that's been broken. And I assume this is where the coal came in for the plant to burn. You can see through these huge funnels going up to the roof. Remember, all the power plants in South Africa are coal-fired power stations. We have one nuclear power station in Urbex, but that's in another province. Huge concrete pillars keeping the structure sturdy.
Okay, this looks like a storage for spares or something. Bottles lying here. This looks like SKF, so that's old bearing boxes. Rubber seals.
Josh, just be careful because it's very, very dark inside here.
Sounds harder as well.
Yeah, it is. I think let's step over. Just be careful. This thing is loose, so. So as you can see, it's very, very dark. Some of these sections here, and there's huge trenches all around. Crawl space, but I presume it was for wiring and stuff going under the floors. This must have been a bit of a control section. You can see all the switches would have been here, and well, not much left. Yeah, so these were bus bars or geluidstammen in Afrikaans, so the switches would have been here, that you would pull probably to get the power to the correct circuits. You can see this even gives you the left and the right side. I thought this was equipment going deep underground, but it's actually the reflection in the water. I don't know if you guys can make it out on the camera. I thought that this was going down very deep. I think we're still on the bottom floor. I don't think this goes underground. Okay guys, so we're going to venture onto the next floor. So we're going to go one up. See what we can find. There's two ways to get to the top floor. I think we'll take the stairs in the front where there's a bit of light, and yeah, there's this much left at the bottom. Normally the guys that steal stuff are quite lazy, so they normally don't go to the top floors, they start at the bottom, and there's so much left here. I can't think that it'll be worse upstairs. Yeah, let's go have a squiz and see what is left there. Is the car still standing?
Yeah, it's still standing. I wouldn't put too much weight on the door itself.
Okay.
The train is directly behind it.
So we're at the front entrance here to the section. We came in by the back door, it looks like. And it was just a bit safer to park around the back so that nobody would see the vehicles. But yeah, we'll give you a bit of a look at what the front section looked like. More than 6 decades ago, on 24 September 1958, this power plant was officially opened and brought into operation. It supplied Kroonstad area with an estimated 30 megawatts of electricity from its 3 units. Not much information could be found during our research on this power plant, but from what we could gather it is safe to say that it was decommissioned close to 3 decades ago, during the mid to late 90s. And as you know by now, I don't do good with heights, so this is going to test my metal a little bit. So we'll try another section of stairs and then we'll turn left here into what must have been the office section. Yeah, this must have been offices. Josh? Yeah? Don't kick up dust, there's a lot of powder on the floor here.
Yeah, careful with that.
Spares lying here. Looks like old filters and just hang on a second, guys. Send for Dries. Oh no, we came up the stairs by the front section. There's a heck of a lot of records on the floor here. I'm not going to start opening each one of them because it's not worth it, but you can see all the old cable casings in here. All the copper has been stripped out.
This is very interesting. This roll here, I think they used it to like measure, you know, the power readings maybe.
Why don't you pull one of those levers over there? See
what happens.
Just feel with your foot before you step onto something that you can fall through. Should be safe over here, I think. Oh, that's so they turn. I thought they were going to be able to pull them.
Got these things inside. It's sort of like breaker switches, it seems like. Yeah, it's the earthing switch. Yeah, these are breaker switches.
Okay.
Like 1% old. But it seems safe.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm feeling faint already.
No, it's safe.
I'm gonna.
Might be a safer way to get up.
Okay, so next time on how to overcome your fear of heights, if I survive this one, we'll go to a bit of a higher level, but I'm still alive, so let's see what it looks like. These used to be old Siemens machines. I don't know what they did. You can actually see the Siemens logo on there. So Josh just pointed out all the wrench and socket sizes they've got on the wall here. So obviously these oaks didn't work with small machinery, and some of these are huge, so just to compare them size. This used to be some massive tools, but I suppose with these massive machines, the normal spanners and stuff won't do the trick.
Yeah, this is a bit high.
Yeah, this is a bit of a distance down. You don't want to fall in there.
Yeah, that's at least 2 stories.
Does it work?
Well,
Oh, the cable's gone, so
starting up an old power station.
we've been under load shedding for at least 30 years. Just be careful with this conveyor stuff, we don't know what's underneath it. I'm already feeling a bit, because you can see there's openings there also.
Yeah, I know. That's definitely true. I wonder what this was for.
Must have been,
A security booth or something.
yeah, probably, or if there's like a spillage, maybe somebody that needs to get behind cover, because this glass, oh, it's a double pane, so it's not bulletproof.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, I feel like I want to call somebody.
This must have been for massive drill bit of some sort. I don't know what
Yeah, this
this.
looks like a workshop, you know, for some repairs, maybe for some of the smaller pieces of equipment.
Yeah,
Which seems paradoxical because nothing is small about this station.
you can see the gears inside.
That's interesting.
It's got different settings here. So it's got a gearbox thing with like a B, C, and a D. So it's not stuck on C at the moment. Okay. Okay guys, I'm not going to go much higher because the steps don't seem to be too sturdy, and plus my fear of heights. So I'm going to steal some footage from Rudy for that section.
Okay, so I find a way to get onto some of these steps. I'm going to carefully make my way up. I want to see if I can get to one of the upper levels. Like you can see, there's no steps at most of this has been removed, so see if I can manage to make my way up there. I've already started to take some of these apart, so right. So I think I might be able to make it up one more flight. So let's see what we can find here. I really want to see what the top of this looks like without hurting myself. Alright, and we've managed to make it. So I found one of these steps that still got some of the steps intact, so I managed to make my way up. I'm just walking slowly because I'm not sure of the condition of the floor. I really want to see what this hoist looks like. And this is all still mechanical, so you would have had chains going down this side and that side, and you will be controlling this whole thing by hand. I don't think there was any motors on these things in those days. You can see there where the chain would have been. This is very cool. And then what looks like either gas or water tanks. I'm not sure what this is. I'll see if I can find some identification or some kind of insulation. See if there's something on this one here. No, nothing. Definitely a water tank. So then looking down, let's see if we can make it across safely. I'm just concerned with all of this crap lying around. You won't be able to see if there's a floor or not. So this is basically what I suspect the burner and the boiler from the top would look like. I'm going to see if I can make my way across. See you guys on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to make my way down. Clarissa's down there, I didn't let her come up here. It is a bit dodgy, so it's awesome looking at this old equipment and the opportunity that we have to look at all of this. You don't find it often. We had the luck of getting in and seeing nobody and be able to shoot this for you guys, and we hope you appreciate it as much as we do. It's really impressive seeing all of this old equipment and getting a picture of what it might have looked like in the day when this was still operational. There's one or two places that I still want to go and check out. There's the control room to the left of me. I really want to go and check that out to see what's left inside. And then just the last of this water tower inside. You can see the level, the numbers. We'll go from 1 right down to 12, but I presume will be from the lowest down to the highest. So as the water goes up, the level will drop this side. So I'm gonna go down, get Clarissa, get back to Dries and Josh, and then figure out what the next step will be.
Almost climbed through the glass here. Okay, so we're on the very top floor where the actual control room is situated. A lot of broken glass here. Sorry for the noise. So from here you could have had big window panes. You could look onto the section below, and then that would make sense because you've got the control room here. So all the controls have been broken out and removed. But that's the nature of these buildings that's left to ruin. And still looks awesome. All these offices look alike. Old poles.
It's
Chloride.
chloride poles. Do you think they use it to purify the water or something? Because you know, the water has to be of a certain purity for it to be useful for power.
Yeah, but I think they wouldn't use small tablets for big, volumes of water. So this would have been just for lab purposes to test the water, see how much they need, and then upscale it probably for the plant's purposes. So yeah, that's what I think. But anyway. track straight, this would have been the coal crushers that the coal would have been dropped into, just to make it a bit finer, and then once it's crushed, it would have gone into the ovens, and then they would have generated electricity from there. So massive machine. Here we go. And we out. Guys, we're going to see if we can walk down these stairs just a little bit. I think there's going to be water. There's going to be water downstairs, but if you look up here, this is the conveyor system where the coals would have come down. As you're going deeper, see this thing is completely filled with water. Yeah, so fortunately that's as deep as we can go. I always wondered what these things look like when they go into the concrete, so now we know. And we on the outside again, so I think that's it for this section. Not much else to really see. And then that section where he really climbed up, I know where he got his bravery from, because he also used to be afraid of heights, and all of a sudden he's freaking Spider-Man. So anyway, I'm going to use that footage because I'm not going to tempt fate, and I'm not going to risk falling down. So anyway, I think we'll zoom back to the car just for a little bit, grab something to drink and eat, and then we're going to move on, see if we can get some closer footage of that steam stack that you saw in the background when we started this episode. Well, we did ask the security for access. They did not really want to give us access, but they also were very friendly, so we convinced them to let us in, promised we wouldn't damage anything further. So yeah, they just don't want to get caught that they let people in and then also lose their job. So the car still looks okay. The background there is the steam stack. If we can't get closer, then we'll definitely at least get some drone footage. We are by no means experts when it comes to power plants, but we find these types of places fascinating, to think that people once worked and built a career here. My late father-in-law was a fitter and turner and a senior engineering assistant at another power plant of the Electricity Supply Commission, or eskom as it is better known. In fact, we know some of his colleagues that still work for eskom today. They always reminisce on how extremely clean and well organized the power plants and workshops were back in the day when my father-in-law was still alive. Times and circumstances change, but it is good to reflect on the past to enable us to move forward. Today, there are still dedicated people working for these establishments, but due to massive political interference and corrupt agendas, the dedicated people are getting fewer in number every year. Only time will tell what the future holds. We weren't sure whether there was going to be an entrance to the smokestack, but yeah, we managed to get a bit closer. The fence was down and we managed to 4x4 our way in, as with most of these explorations into power plants. So we're going to climb in. There might be an empty building or two on the other side as well, but this thing is huge, so yeah, we'll walk in and then we'll send the drone up in a couple of minutes time just to give you a bit of an aerial shot. But yeah, let's see what's left inside. For those of you that's religious on the channel, you can now start praying for Rudy. He's going to make his ascend up to a little bit of a upper story on the steam stack.
Okay, so Rudy and I actually dared to ascend into the cooling tower, and it's actually humbling to stand in here. You know, you see the immense size, and you might actually hear a bit of the echo as well. Interesting, you can see the asbestos sheeting and everything that they used, and I think there used to be some sort of safety rail, but that must have been stripped a long time ago. So yeah, welcome inside the cooling stack.
We have no political affiliation or agenda in this matter. We merely came to explore the remains of a once proud establishment, to see what remains after decades of neglect and abandonment. In recent years, the local municipal management proposed selling the remains of the power plant to potential investors, hoping to establish an environmentally friendly power station. On the same spot, electricity was generated for close to 40 years from coal and purified sewage water. Unfortunately, political agendas and not adhering to the correct procedure on the selling of municipal land brought this endeavour to a halt. At the date of producing this episode, the future of this power plant and the land on which it stands remains uncertain at best, possibly leaving it to many more decades of decay.
Here we go, guys. That concludes today's exploration, and yeah, I think first of all, thanks to the security guys that allowed us to enter the premises without any hassles. We had to ask them very nicely, but they were very friendly, and I think we saw what we came here to see. So wanted to just also thank Rudy and Clarissa from Tech Pirates for joining us on this exploration again, and my baby brother Josh. Always a pleasure to have him with us, and always keeps us laughing. And yeah, so and to each of you, thanks for watching the video, thanks for subscribing, liking and commenting in the bottom below. You guys are welcome to click the resources tab in the description if you want to see a bit more info on the location that we visited. And then until the next one, guys, stay safe. We'll see you soon. Cheers.